Have you ever felt like you accidentally adopted a tiny, furry hurricane that bounces off your walls, climbs your curtains, and zooms across your living room at 3 o'clock in the morning? Hi, welcome back to Paw and Order. My name is Carl, and in this video, I am gonna teach you everything you need to know about why your Abyssinian cat is so incredibly hyperactive. These breathtaking, tick-coated felines look like miniature wild cougars, and they possess an endless supply of physical energy that can easily overwhelm even the most experienced cat owners. Many people bring an Abyssinian home expecting a quiet, lazy lap cat, only to quickly realize they have welcomed an Olympic athlete with a brilliant mind and a burning desire for constant adventure. It is not that your cat is being bad, naughty, or intentionally destructive, rather, they are simply expressing the unique, deeply ingrained genetic traits that make their breed so special. To truly understand why your Abyssinian cat acts like a hyperactive rocket ship, we must first look back at their ancient evolutionary history and genetic makeup. While their exact origin story is filled with mystery, historical evidence suggests that these beautiful cats are one of the oldest domestic breeds in the entire world, closely resembling the sacred felines painted on the walls of ancient Egyptian tombs. They were originally bred to be ultimate, high-efficiency predators, tasked with hunting fast-moving rodents and birds across open landscapes, where speed and sharp senses were required for basic survival. This means that your modern house cat still carries the raw, unaltered instincts of a wild desert hunter inside their sleek, muscular body. When they are sprinting across your kitchen counters, or swatting at invisible bugs in the air, they are simply responding to an internal biological clock that tells them to stay active, alert, and ready for action. They do not possess the lazy, couch potato DNA that you find in heavier, slower breeds like Persians or ragdolls, who are perfectly content to sleep for 20 hours a day. Because of this fascinating genetic heritage, an Abyssinian cat views your quiet home not as a peaceful resting place, but as a vast, exciting jungle gym that needs to be explored from top to bottom. They possess an incredibly strong, natural drive to explore vertical spaces, which is why you will frequently find them sitting on top of your refrigerator, balancing precariously on open doors, or peering down at you from the absolute highest bookshelves. To an Abyssinian, safety, comfort, and entertainment are all found high up in the air, where they can look down upon their entire kingdom just like a wild panther sitting in a tree. If you do not provide them with proper, safe vertical pathways, their intense energy will force them to invent their own trails, which usually means leaping onto fragile decorations or scaling your expensive curtains. Understanding this fundamental need for height is the absolute key to managing their hyperactivity, as it allows you to steer their natural athletic climbing instincts away from your furniture and towards safe, designated cat spaces. The very first simple step to helping your hyperactive Abyssinian find their inner calm is to completely transform your living space through a professional process known as environmental enrichment. You need to look at your home from a cat's perspective and add multiple dedicated structures that allow them to climb, jump, and survey their territory safely. Installing a few sturdy, extra-tall cat trees with thick scratching posts in your main living areas will give your cat a great outlet for their powerful leg muscles. You can also mount secure, carpeted cat shelves along your walls, creating a fun, elevated highway that lets your feline friend travel across the room without ever touching the floor. Placing a comfortable cat hammock near a bright, sunny window will also provide hours of mental entertainment, especially if you install a small bird feeder right outside. By intentionally designing your home to accommodate their love for height and exploration, you satisfy their deep biological cravings, which automatically reduces their need to engage in destructive zooming behaviors around your house. Our second crucial step focuses on providing your Abyssinian with structured, high-intensity interactive playtime every single day without exception. Because these cats are natural-born athletes, simply tossing a plastic ball across the floor, or leaving a few stuffed mice around the room will never be enough to truly tire them out. You need to actively participate in the game, by using interactive wand toys, feather flyers, or laser pointers, to mimic the erratic movements of real prey like birds and mice. Make the toy fly through the air, duck behind furniture, and scurry along the floor, forcing your Abyssinian to use their incredible speed, agility, and stalking skills to hunt it down. Aim to schedule at least 2 or 3 dedicated play sessions per day, lasting about 15 minutes each, always keeping the energy upbeat and exciting. You will know you have succeeded when your cat begins to pant slightly, lies down on their side, and purrs happily, signaling that their massive store of physical energy has finally been depleted. To make these interactive play sessions even more effective, you should always follow a natural biological pattern, called the feline predatory cycle, which perfectly mirrors a cat's life in the wild. In nature, a wild cat follows a distinct, predictable routine. They hunt their prey, they catch their prey, they eat their prey, they groom their bodies, and then they fall into a deep, peaceful sleep. You can easily recreate this healthy natural rhythm in your modern home, by scheduling your main interactive play session, right before you feed your Abyssinian their breakfast or dinner. Let them run, leap, and stalk the wand toy intensely for 15 minutes, and always make sure to let them physically catch the toy at the very end of the game, so they feel a sense of success. Immediately afterward, place a fresh bowl of wet food or nutritious kibble in front of them, allowing them to happily eat their hard-earned catch. This simple, brilliant trick triggers a natural relaxation response in their brain, causing them to immediately groom themselves and curl up for a long, quiet nap. In addition to physical exercise, we must talk about mental stimulation, because an Abyssinian is one of the most intelligent, sharp-minded cat breeds in existence today. Their brains are constantly analyzing their environment, looking for patterns, and trying to solve complex puzzles, and if you do not give them mental jobs, they will quickly become bored. A bored Abyssinian is a highly creative and mischievous animal, and they will use their smart brains to figure out how to open closed cabinets, turn on faucets, or knock glasses off tables just to see what happens. You can easily challenge their impressive intellect by throwing away their standard food bowl, and feeding them all of their daily meals inside interactive food puzzle toys. These puzzles require your cat to use their paws, nose, and brain to move sliders, spin wheels, or navigate mazes to release individual pieces of kibble. Another incredibly unique and highly effective way to channel the hyperactivity of an Abyssinian is to introduce them to professional clicker training, just like you would do with a clever dog. Many people do not realize that cats can be trained, but Abyssinians actually love the mental challenge of learning new behaviors because it keeps their active minds engaged. Using a small plastic clicker and tiny pieces of high-value treats, like freeze-dried chicken, you can easily teach your cat to sit, high-five, spin in a circle, or come running when you call their name. Start by clicking the device and immediately giving them a treat, so they learn that the clicking sound means something wonderful is happening. Once they understand that connection, you can click and reward them the exact moment they perform a desired action, like sitting down quietly on a specific mat. This structured training process creates a deep bond of communication between you and your cat, while simultaneously draining their excess mental energy in a positive, rewarding way. Because Abyssinians are so bold, curious, and fearless, they are also the absolute perfect candidates for outdoor adventures using a secure, escape-proof cat harness and leash. While standard domestic cats might feel terrified of the big outside world, an Abyssinian often thrives when given the chance to safely explore nature under your close supervision. You must start this process slowly inside your house, letting your cat wear the harness for just a few minutes a day, while feeding them delicious treats, so they associate the gear with happy feelings. Once they walk comfortably around the living room, without acting bothered by the harness, you can attach the leash and step gently into your quiet backyard, or a peaceful park. Walking on grass, smelling fresh outdoor scents, watching live bugs, and feeling the wind in their fur provides an unmatched level of mental and physical stimulation that you simply cannot replicate indoors. A short, safe outdoor walk once or twice a week will do absolute wonders for reducing their hyperactive behavior inside the house. We also need to address a very common mistake that many well-meaning owners make when trying to cope with a highly vocal and hyperactive Abyssinian cat. If your cat is vocalizing loudly, knocking items off your nightstand, or biting your toes at midnight, they are actively desperate for your attention, and any reaction from you reinforces that behavior. If you wake up, yell at them, pick them up, or give them a late-night snack just to make them stop, your clever Abyssinian learns that being hyperactive is the perfect way to get you to interact with them. In their smart minds, even negative attention like a scolding voice is better than being ignored, so they will happily repeat the naughty behavior night after night. The professional solution here is to practice absolute, unwavering extinction of the behavior by completely ignoring them when they act out at inappropriate times. Keep your bedroom door closed, invest in high-quality earplugs, do not look at them, do not speak to them, and wait until they are completely quiet before rewarding them with your love. To prevent midnight hyperactivity from disrupting your sleep, you can also look into investing in automated, motion-activated toys that can keep your Abyssinian safely entertained while you rest. There are many fantastic gadgets available today, such as automated laser towers that spin in random patterns, electronic feather wands that pop out of hidden holes, and rolling ball tracks. You can set these smart toys on automatic timers, to turn on right around the time your cat usually gets their midnight energy bursts, providing them with an instant outlet for their play drive. However, it is important to remember that automated toys should never completely replace the loving interactive play sessions you share with your pet during the day. Another brilliant, highly successful strategy for managing a hyperactive Abyssinian is to consider adopting a second high-energy cat to keep them company and act as a live-in playmate. Abyssinians are incredibly social pack-oriented felines who absolutely hate being left alone for long periods while their human families are away at work or school. When they are left in a quiet house with no one to interact with, their loneliness quickly transforms into severe boredom, anxiety, and an explosion of hyperactive behavior the second you walk through the door. By introducing a second energetic cat, ideally another Abyssinian, or a similarly active breed like a Bengal or a Siamese, you give them a constant companion who speaks their language. They will spend their days chasing each other through the halls, wrestling safely on the carpet, grooming each other's fur, and burning off their collective energy naturally. This ensures that when you finally return home after a long, exhausting day, you will be greeted by a relaxed, happy cat who is ready to cuddle. As we implement these simple steps, it is also highly important to take a close look at the overall nutrition and diet you are providing to your active feline companion. High-energy breeds like the Abyssinian require premium, high-quality fuel to keep their muscles healthy, but low-quality cat foods packed with cheap fillers, corn, and carbohydrates can cause extreme blood sugar spikes. These sudden spikes in internal energy can easily manifest as intense, uncontrollable bursts of hyperactivity, and sudden behavioral mood swings throughout the day. Talk to your trusted veterinarian about switching your cat to a high-protein low-carbohydrate diet that emphasizes real meat like chicken, turkey, or salmon as the very first ingredient. Feeding them multiple small, precisely measured meals throughout the day, rather than leaving a massive bowl of food out constantly, can also help regulate their energy levels. Proper nutrition provides them with steady, sustained physical stamina, eliminating the dramatic sugar crashes and hyperactive spikes that lead to chaotic household behavior. As we approach the final of our step, it is absolutely vital for you to realize that patience, love, and a sense of humor are your greatest tools when raising an Abyssinian. You have chosen to share your life with an incredibly special, majestic, and prehistoric breed of cat that refuses to conform to the boring stereotypes of normal domestic pets. There will be days when they push your patience to the absolute limit, but there will also be moments of unmatched joy, comedy, and deep affection that only an Abyssinian can provide. A professional pet lover would tell you that their high-energy nature is not a flaw to be fixed, but a beautiful, vibrant expression of their absolute love for life and exploration. When you stop fighting against their natural wild instincts, and instead learn to guide that energy into healthy, constructive channels, your entire relationship will blossom. You will find that you no longer have a hyperactive nuisance disrupting your home, but a brilliant, loyal, and endlessly entertaining companion who brings magic to your life. The secret to living in harmony with a hyperactive Abyssinian cat is to stop acting like a strict master and start thinking like a fun, creative jungle guide. Always honor their deep evolutionary history as expert desert hunters, and ensure their physical environment reflects their love for soaring heights and vertical exploration. Provide them with structured interactive play sessions right before meals, challenge their brilliant minds with complex puzzle toys, and explore clicker training or harness walking to drain their excess mental energy. Stay completely consistent with your household boundaries, ignore their late-night attention-seeking dramas, feed them a high-quality protein diet, and consider getting them a furry friend to play with. Thank you so much for watching Paw and Order. My name is Carl, and I hope these easy steps help you build a peaceful, wonderful life with your tiny cougar.